What's going on, man?
Yo.
Welcome to another episode of the Can You Blame Me podcast. And just in case y'all first time listeners, Can You Blame Me podcast is a podcast we speak on hip hop culture, social issues, everyday life challenges, and I even have for friends. Goddamn, Shay.
Look, what's up?
Hey, y'all, Shay my people so we can talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Shay will move. I hear all this shit.
Yeah. Me too. I hear all that. Come on, baby. Come on. Get right, baby. Get right,
hey, though, look.
Right,
real
baby. Talk,
man. This day one, man. For real. Y'all have been rocking with me since I started the podcast, man. Zodiac Podcast in the building, man.
About time. This has been a long time coming.
Man, been a long time coming, man.
Long time coming.
Yes, indeed. So look, man, if y'all ain't already familiar with the platform, man, y'all better get with it, man, or get lost, because y'all have not been in the loop, man. This is the next biggest thing coming, man. Zodiac Podcast, man. For real.
Facts.
So why don't y'all reintroduce yourself? You know what I'm saying? I got my boy Shay in the building today, man. Let these folk know what's going on.
Yes, sir. So I guess I go first. I am Said Wines. That's my name. It's not Wynez, it's Wines. W-Y-N-E-Z. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with my baby Shay. And we the Zodiac Podcast. Of course, we got our own individual things going. But, you know, hey, man, we, you know, our platform, we want to, we come from a Zodiac astrology perspective, relationships and stuff like that. Then we add a little sauce on top of it and everything like that. So, you know, it just, you know, we just provided, you know, well, you know, what couples can do, you know what I'm saying, together. You know what I mean? And we just started a platform with our personalities and stuff like that. And it works. You know what I mean?
For sure. Shay.
What up?
Talk to them folk, man. What's going on, man?
What's going on? Yes. I guess to piggyback off what said it's a great platform. We have great conversations. We have like open communication. Like there's nothing that we keep. You know, everything is out there on the table, no judgment zone. You know what I'm saying? It's a very safe. So we like, man, you know what? We think that, you know, other couples can benefit from hearing some of the conversations that we have.
Right.
You know, so that's actually what sparked us into, you know, starting the podcast. So, yeah, I could definitely, you know.
And the way we got together, you know, we always talk about the way we got together is not traditional way, you know, we got together, you know what I'm saying, and how we met and everything like that. Even though I always tell couples, like, I don't advise you to get, you know, to go that route we did, but, you know, that the way we got together, it's just unorthodox. I wouldn't say unorthodox, I would say untraditional.
I mean, online?
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is that, you know, because where we was at in our individual life.
What was the site? I forgot.
Facebook dating.
Yeah, bro.
Y'all clap it up for Facebook dating, man. Yeah, y'all clap it up. I ain't know that shit really worked.
Yeah. Now, we live and prove.
It worked.
And it gave y'all kids and everything, huh?
Well, we got the kids together.
Okay.
Together.
We brought
That's
the kids
what's
together,
up.
but
Right.
I did not know that, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Facebook dating, man. So
Facebook dating, yes.
I did not know that, bro, man. And how long y'all been rocking out now?
It's about 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. It seemed forever though.
It really do.
It do.
It
That's
really
how
do,
we.
man.
That's how well we work together, and that's how well
Yeah.
we. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's funny because when the pandemic started, you know, like, you know, we noticed that when couples, you know, when the pandemic started, you know, it forced couples to really like live with each other.
Right.
Because, you know, some couples, they've been, you know, they got a work life. So the only time they've probably been home is either together on the weekends or after work. You know what I'm saying? So when couples finally got a chance to, you know, be home for a full, you know, now they really got a chance to see how they man or how they women act at home. So with you know, so with us, it's like it benefited us. You know what I'm saying, in a way. So, you know, we got a chance to see how we are with each other when you know, when one of us is home or home most. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that. So it was. I would say we got blessed in the mess. You know what I'm saying? Even though some, you know, we know that some people lost their lives during the pandemic, but it brought us closer together, honestly.
Dang, man. But when you say it's unorthodox, bro,
Right.
really, it ain't like, well, maybe like 15, 20 years ago, you might have kind of been like, hey, y'all made it be a little awkward, like, but
Right.
nowadays, bro, like, you got to think about it. Everything is virtual now anyway.
Right.
Everything is remote.
Right,
You know?
but I wasn't speaking from that perspective.
Okay.
You know what
okay.
I'm saying? I wasn't, because where we was at, you know what I'm saying? We, financially, I wasn't where I was at. Matter of fact, I didn't have nowhere. When we met, I didn't really have nowhere to stay. You know what I'm saying? Because I moved back from Carolina, broke up with someone, and I moved back from Carolina. It really didn't have nowhere to stay. I was literally, sleeping out my truck, and then when I got my studio, I was sleeping on the couch in my own studio. So I didn't have really nowhere to, really stay. I was, staying, with my cousin every now and then, but I wasn't even over her house too much, because I wanted my own space. So, and when I met Shay, that's where I was at. That's where I was at. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And she was, she was living where she was at, and she wasn't where she was financially either. You know what I mean? Because easily we could have been like, man, what the hell we gonna do for each other? You in the situation, I'm in the situation. What the hell what the hell we gonna do? How as a man, how I'm gonna benefit you? As a woman, how is she gonna? You know what I'm saying? So, it could have easily been like, we could have been like, you know what, been friends. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we'll meet down the line. You know what I'm saying? After we get our stuff together.
Right.
But, nah, man, we rocked it out.
Dang,
Most people would be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Most couples would definitely be like, you ain't got your stuff together. Call me when you get your stuff together. Or, you know what I'm saying, let's revisit this back when you have your stuff together. Mm-hmm. So I think that for me personally, coming from a relationship or coming from a marriage was a different mindset that I had, right? I also felt like even though I came from a marriage, I couldn't hold, such high expectations. I'm having to start my life all the way over, clean over. You know what I'm saying? I had to sell my house. I had to move from a different county, move my kids to get, you know what I'm saying? So I really couldn't put all of this, expectations on a man. Like, you better have this, that, you know what I'm saying? I had to be realistic about the situation and dating, you know what I'm saying? Especially down here in Atlanta, like, okay, a lot of guys, they looking for what you can bring to the table. I'm not going to carry the load. And that's how, me being a Scorpion woman, I have masculine energy. I don't feel like, and being with him, I've stepped into my feminine. You know what I'm saying? My feminine energy. But I'm used to like having my own shit. Like, together. Like I don't have to ask you for nothing. I'm not going to ask you for anything. I'm going to figure out a way to get it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know. It just worked. I kind of trusted that because dating before him, I'm like, I would have looked at him and been like, bye, man. You wasting my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real, that got to be commended, bro. Because I don't think enough people shed lights on situations where somebody start off at a certain point in life and literally take you, embrace you at your lowest point. You dig what I'm saying? So what you did is equivalent to somebody standing down for somebody that might have been incarcerated for a certain period of time. Like that's. You don't see that no more because especially with the climate and the times we live in now.
Right.
And nigga ain't got no money, he ain't got this, yada. But it's something about you. She seen potential in you.
Right. Know. And that was the great thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Even I questioned myself. I said, why, that was one thing I said to myself when I came back from Carolina, when I came back to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I had to, the toughest part for me was that I had 3 kids with me. So I had my own kids with me. So moving.
So you were homeless with the 3 kids?
No. What I did was I took my son, which he's back with me now. My son, I had to take him back to his mom in Florida, and then my 2 daughters, their mom lived here. So I had to take they're missing me. I had to take them back to to their mom house. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So when I did that, make sure they were straight. So they already had a roof over their head, they're straight. And then me, I just had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So. It was tough. You know what I'm saying? It was tough. I had to figure it out. I had to figure it out. I had conversations with myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? And being real with myself. I said, I got to get my stuff together. I was 38 at the time, so I'm 38, and I can't be out here sleeping in my truck. And I'm glad I had my Suburban. That's a great investment I ever made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I can't be doing this. You know what I'm saying? And really wasn't really thinking about. Really no relationship like that. You know what I'm saying? I had a few, couple women I was, dealing with, but trying to get into something real serious, I wasn't really, thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? But when I met Shay, it was like, man, I have to figure this out. I don't want to let her go. You know
oh man, can't you blame me? We inspire other couples, man. Look, man. just because you see somebody at their lowest point, you know what I mean, don't necessarily count them out. Right. And really, I was gonna ask you, bro. So what? I know you grown from it, but what did you learn about yourself from that experience, dog? Like, what did that bring out of you? I be watching these deep interview shows and stuff, so I know how to answer.
Y'all event?
Yeah, man.
He get a little deep on
yeah,
okay. Well, I mean, I learned. I mean, for me, I learned that being honest with myself all the time. Been lying. Been not saying lying, but just not being real with myself.
Not accepting reality.
Not accepting the reality of okay, all right, Sid. This is what you're doing. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're doing wrong. You've been hearing it from people, but you've been kind of like and pushing to the side. So that was the most important thing, being honest with myself. Once I started being honest with myself, that's when I started seeing things start to happen. Great. It was happening slow, but it was moving along. But, that's one thing I had to be honest with myself, and that was the first time I ever had to be honest with myself. So I was at a low point. I never forget, I sat in my truck. I was one night sitting in my truck, sleeping in my truck, and I was like, yo, you can't keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? And if you want things to change, you're going to have to change. So you're going to have to change. So it was just pretty much me and the universe having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Nobody around, just me and the universe, and being honest with myself. Once I did that, man, things started happening. Some opportunities came along, and things started to happen. Next thing you know, I met the love of my life. And then once that happened,
man, history from there.
Yeah, we taking off.
Dang, bro. And that's one thing about it, man. I think we all get to that point in life where you got to be real with yourself at some point.
Right.
Because it was a couple times I had to be honest with myself too.
Yeah, man.
You
got to. You got to, especially as men. You know what I mean? Like,
especially as men.
Men, man, we got to be honest with ourselves. I was like, man, what woman is going to, not saying that, women should be materialistic, but at the same time, men, we are providers. Protectors and providers. So if I can't protect, can't provide, what am I? I'm like, as a man, what am I useful for? Like, what am I here for? You know what I'm saying? For one thing, you know what I mean? Because that's the main thing. Can you protect? Can you provide for your family?
Right.
And if I can't provide that, like, okay, what woman wants to be with me?
And I'm gonna piggyback off of that. See, a lot of ladies don't understand this, because you said when she seen something in you, you saying to yourself like, what the hell, she,
Yeah, I asked her.
I
asked her plenty of times. She'll tell you.
I mean, we've had we definitely, we've had conversations, as far as, why me? What was it about me? You could have had X, Y, Z, you know what I'm saying? Had my pick, right? I think for me, where I was at spiritually, it was more of a spiritual connection. He understood, and it was just the little small subtle things. So, of course I am a tarot reader. I'm in the spiritual world. You know what I mean? So when you meet somebody, a lot of guys down here in Atlanta, they ain't into that shit, right? So they're like, that's cool. That's what you do. You a spiritual woman. That's cool.
I don't want to know when I'm gonna die.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of guys are kind of like that. They like, okay, you got your sage going on, you got your shit. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
You can keep it
but
right
I'm cool.
There.
That's cool, but I'm cool on that.
I'm cool on that, right? But we can still kick it.
Yeah.
But all that extra, you can keep over there.
Still let me hit it though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And so, at that time, I'm like, look, I'm all like, hey y'all, I didn't know what I had to say.
That's cool though.
But I think that.
But this is what I was gonna say, Shay.
The spiritual aspect, it's just something. Yeah. My spirit just really was like jumping for that. Like he was very open to that, and he was just like, "Hey, you in astrology? Okay, tell me about Capricorn." I'm like, that's how he jumped out the gate.
Right.
So it captivated my attention. I'm like, you got my attention now.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say, like, what I was gonna say is like a lot of people sometimes, but like us as men, when we at that space in life and we trying to figure it out and get ourselves together,
right?
Even though you may see the best in us, even though you may see like what it could potentially turn into, if you're a real man's man or like a provider type of dude, sometimes you won't all the way understand because like it just comes with, like you said, being a protective provider. You literally like looking at the whole picture. You mapping it out like, okay, she with me, but what can I provide? You know, what can I do? How can I be an asset and not a liability?
Right.
And a lot of times that can hinder your judgment. And that's commendable for you to say, like, to be honest with yourself and say, man, I'm not in a position to where I can add anything. But that's commendable for you to say, you know, you added enough, you know.
Right.
Or we gonna get you there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think I've dealt with that before with like a lot of times where, you know, I was at a point where I had to move at home, my mom, and you know, I met somebody, and I'm like, look, this ain't a good time, shout. This ain't a good time, not right now, man. The type of person, the type of dude that I am, I like to, you know, hey man, get her what she want, God damn it, you know, and you know, like just part of being a man. And it was time where we went out, bro, and. Like, bro, you don't know how that shit feel, bro. You can't even pay for your own food. Like, Shawty had to buy me Firehouse subs and all that. Like, I ain't even had no money, bro.
Oh, nasty ass subs.
Man, how long, bro? How long?
Firehouse.
How long, bro? Can't you blame me? Love Firehouse subs, by the way.
You know what? Hey, they're great. Sponsor them today.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I'm with you.
For real, man. But it's just like the little soda things like that, man.
Right.
And I just had to get to a point where I was like, all right, you know, this a real one. So, like you said, I'm gonna figure this out, bro. You know, me make this work. What do I need to work on myself? Stop being delusional or not accepting what's really going on.
Right.
My nigga, you at this age and this, you know, bump out what happened to get you to this point. You here now, so you got to face it.
Right.
So that's what I want to speak on.
Right, and then you know, doing that, figuring that out, and then you know, she has kids and I got kids. So now me, I'm like, okay. I got to get my son back. You know what I'm saying? I told her, I promised my son. He's 15. I said, look, you know, when I left Carolina, it hurt me because, you know, I put myself in this situation because I never moved in with a woman. You know what I'm saying? So when I left Atlanta, though, you know, I had my own place and everything. I left to go to Carolina to try to make it work with this girl because we was doing long distance relationship. So that was my first time ever moving into a woman's place, and I would never do that again.
Amen.
So, you know what I mean? Never do that again. So, when going through that experience, you know what I'm saying, and going through that ride, you know what I mean, and just seeing how, you know, I put my kids through that, even though my two daughters, they didn't really understand, you know, so they young. But my son, you know, he was 13 at the time, so he kind of noticed what's going on. And I promised him, I'm like, listen, I promise you, when I get my stuff, when we get together, I'm gonna bring you back, and we'll never go through this again. We'll never go through nothing like this again, because it hurt me. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, even though I know my son, he probably, all right, Dad, you know, and I'm pretty sure
he understood.
Right. But me, as you know, as looking at like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I really so
like you understand, but you don't understand.
Right. You know what I mean? So you know, and then when I was telling, that's always, you know, once I said, look, I want to get, I told her straight, I said, look, I got to get my son. So once we get our place together, you know, hey, I got to get my boy. You know, and that's all I was talking about. I got to get my son back.
Dang, you know man. So like, what's some I get for anybody that's considering, like you said, y'all did it in an unorthodox type of way, but what's some advice that y'all can give somebody who may be willing to consider?
Y'all see he looking at me.
Go ahead. I want to see what he
is. What's some advice y'all give to like somebody that's considering taking that route? You know what I'm saying?
He said he'll tell you in a minute. Don't take the route we took. That's what he gonna say. Cause I mean, it's hard. It can be definitely has its challenges. I think that again, them expectations will kill you, kill a relationship. Really, 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 really. Expectations. Sometimes it's a little high. It's a little unrealistic again. I think that so
I'm telling you, man, I'm telling y'all, you know, listen, we you know, I always say we counted the exception to the rule, and there's other exceptions, but do not, if you're a couple, do not take the route that we take.
He says you should go get yourself together. You know, take that time, get yourself together. Don't, you know, just on the whim, you know, do what we did. But I mean, that's his opinion. To me, it could be done. It just really depends on the person. You know, if you really, you know, love this person, if you're really dedicated. I mean, because I didn't see that coming. I didn't see this coming. You know, I really didn't. Actually, I had swore off men, women, everything. I was like, forget everybody. I'm about to, chill. I want to chill for the rest of the year. I'm gonna ride 2019 on out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ride it on out. I don't want to be with nobody. I ain't trying to kick it. And then that's when he want to come in. I was like, I'm done with you. So, I mean, it came in unexpected, and I was like, I'm sitting back, I'm looking at everything, I'm observing, and I'm like, at this time, I'm focusing on myself. I'm self-loving. He's adding to that. And that was enough for me. It was more so I had something personal like a legal battle, a case going on. And
goddamn Bonnie and Clyde. East Side shot it.
I had a case going on, very, very, very touching. It's emotional.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This is a case that I have going on. And the fact that I didn't probably know him no more than a month.
Maybe something like that. Yeah. Like
month over that. Mm-hmm. And he went with me. You know what I'm saying? It was great. I've never seen that type of care from someone. I think that kind of came into play. When you start seeing little things like that, it's really, my love language. That's my love language. If you're doing little things for me, things that are responsibility, like you paying the bill or you going to do this and you paying for this and you making sure this taken care of, that's my love language. You're making me feel comfortable now. Right. Now I can step into that femininity now. Right. Because I can kind of, you gonna take care of it. I'm okay. I know you gonna, whatever happens, I know you got it. Right. I know you can handle it. And I've never had that feeling. Never experienced that before. Nah, I had been married for 11 years. Been with a man for 19 years. So,
that's why I was gonna say, like, I agree, but I disagree because I would say this. I'm talking about what said because normally I would say the same. I was saying that too. Right. Like, until I get myself together, like, it's just not time. It ain't gonna work out. But you never know how many more. It's only one Shay, but you may not realize, like, you might not want to walk away from your blessings too, man.
Right.
Like, basically what I'm saying is when something meant for you, it's bound to happen however it happens. So it may not be on your watch, but it may be on the watch. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I say to that, like, I'm kind of torn because my heart say if I was in that situation, like, I ain't got time for that shit. But the other side of me say I can't say I ain't been in that position before either. May not have been as delicate or as intense as yours, but I was definitely at a down point when somebody came in my life and it was like, man, like, I'm here.
Right.
You did what I'm saying.
And like I said, the reason why I say that because what Shay alluded to because of the expectation from people. Yeah. And then, and the way things are going.
The bar.
Right. You know what I'm saying? The bar set high for men to do this, women to do this. So, if you meet, if you meet a man, you know what I'm saying? If a woman, let's say a woman, even if she not where she wants to be financially or whatever like that, still, she like, well, I need a man you can't do nothing for me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we know at this day and time, most people think like that. Or a man, you know what I'm saying? Man, she ain't got nothing. I ain't trying to deal with that man. She ain't got nothing. You see what I'm saying? Right. So it's the reason why I say that because of the expectations of a lot of people who think that what a man should do, what a woman should do, and stuff like that. So so that's why I say, man, listen, just go ahead and try your best, you know what I'm saying, to get yourself together. Now, if you do meet someone in the process while you on that road journey, then cool. Hey, don't let that person go. Whatever you do, just make sure you stick with that person. But yeah, man, I would just recommend that, especially young couples, man. Listen, try to get things in place first. Not saying that wait till you get the big house, but make sure that you got some response. You responsible. That your mind and you mentally set up, you know what I'm saying, in right space before you jump in, you know what I'm saying, be in a relationship because it is a responsibility.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? That's another responsibility.
Let's switch gears a little bit, man, because we got to plug in the Zodiac Couples podcast, man. Oh, yeah. We got to tell the folks, like, so now that y'all got the love story behind the Zodiac Couple, and why they gel so well on the podcast, tell them a little bit about the Zodiac Couple podcast, man. And what to expect? What's on there? What's the content about? Like,
yeah, you been talking all the time.
Man, go ahead. They want to hear Shay speak.
Again, Zodiac Couple Podcast, again, great conversations we had together. And I will say this, because this episode or this, conversation is going to kick off, if you will, our podcast back up. We had a hiatus, you know what I'm saying? So we still want to make sure we put a little content out there. So this is actually going to be used to start this off.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I think that okay. We have Nikki here. Okay.
Nikki here?
Yes.
Okay.
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 Okay. So,
Okay.
and I think that and so look, they got me off track. Okay.
Yeah, so basically, our like I said, our podcast, we want people to get a chance to see how couples work, and especially black couples. You know what I'm saying? Because we get this stigma like black people don't love each other. You know what I'm saying? Or black men don't love their woman, vice versa. So we wanted to show that, like, how much love, you know what I'm saying, that we have each other, and see that black people do love as well as other races of people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
We love our women too, and we want to show that. And also, Boz, she a Scorpio, I'm a Capricorn, so now we add that zodiac, that astrology element to it, and we be going in on a lot of signs, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna add the element to it, because we, especially like I think Virgos is our arch enemy. I don't know why, but
Oh man.
because we dealt with Virgos. I got my daughter's mother is a Virgo, so and she got a lot of Virgos in her family, so
Right.
it's like.
Damn, them Virgo. Nah, I'm just playing. Shout out to the Virgo gang, though.
I hope the sound man ain't no Virgo. Hope you.
No Virgos, no Virgos.
Got you. So yeah, so that's what we try to and then after that we basically
I said you're more of the logical aspect of the part of the show. You're the male, right? So you're going to be more practical, more logical, right? And I'm more of the feminine. I'm going to be emotional. I'm going to talk about how we feel, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the whole point of the show is to kind of give a good balance, right? A good balance. So we won't be, catering too much to the men, catering too much to the female, you know what I'm saying, to the female. So it's kind of like a good balance that we have, and I like that. And using the traits of the zodiac is actually, that's pretty dope, because it kind of keeps you guys entertained. You be like, what they do be doing this shit.
Right.
But it's also to let you know how you can kind of curve that when it comes to communication in your relationship. When you're learning more about the traits of your partner, you can learn how to communicate effectively.
yeah.
So,
So look, y'all, this is what we gonna do, man. We gonna come back with a part 2. I'm finna go change, even though this the same day. But we finna come back. I'm gonna put the part 2 out next week, and we finna get into sex talk, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay tuned.
Oh yeah.
Y'all want to tell people how they can follow y'all?
Oh, yeah.
Because y'all gonna stick around, but y'all gonna be back next week.
Oh yeah. Got you. _ Zodiac Couple. That's our platform. Then you can find me at I Am Said Wines. That's IMCEDWINEZ.
And I am at Shay Speaks Life, all together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where you can find us at. You know what I'm saying? All on all social media platforms. And our website going to be up real soon.
For sure, man.
Yes.
Hey, look, man, on that note, we're going to be right back next week with y'all with another classic Can You Blame Me podcast. It ain't just a podcast, it's a brand, y'all. We gone, man. Yes, sir.